Hello, I'm Jacqueline Farrell. I'm Education Director at the Prince's Foundation and I'm based here at Dumfries House estate. I'd like to invite you to take part in a virtual tour of the estate where you can see some of the most incredible education programmes that we have on offer. The estate brings together multiple disciplines under one site. It's a place of inspiration for many and we're proud to have over 12,000 people take part in programmes here on the estate alone each year. Across the estate we're proud to have a team of over 24 practitioners who deliver our specialist programmes. They work together to devise a curriculum that will ensure that school pupils can come in and have a fully rounded experience across more than one of our centres on the day if they so wish, or they can have an immersive experience in one single curriculum area. Beyond school-age pupils, we welcome community groups, we have trainees and we have experienced practitioners who come here to the estate to learn from our skills, to utilise the natural resources, to make sure that we put learning from nature at the heart of our programmes and we practice sustainable principles in all our delivery. This means that anyone who's taken part in a Prince's Foundation programme here at Dumfries House is able to understand and embed sustainable practice and principles into their own work. This is something that's very important for the future generation to ensure that we build sustainable communities.
Hi there, I'm Megan Miller. I'm part of the Health and Wellbeing team here at Dumfries House and I'm talking to you from our wonderful Health and Wellbeing Centre. Here at the Health and Wellbeing Centre we're trying to incorporate into all of our programmes how important diet and nutrition is and nourishing your body.
We encourage people to get back to cooking from scratch, cooking local foods that they can grow. It's really important. We're finding that to keep our bodies healthy, the more natural foods that we have, we take nutrients from that better than processed foods. And they're finding that our digestive systems, our metabolisms, don't always work well with processed foods, and that can lead to more chronic diseases that we see in our communities today.
Out of our 5 programmes, 2 of them, which mainly is the fertility programme and the health and wellbeing programme, we take them down to the kitchen and they cook alongside our chef. We also know how important it is to include physical activity, to also teach people how important exercise is for their body.
Hi, I'm Jo Dempster and welcome to the STEM Centre at Dumfries House. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths, and young people who visit us here at the STEM Centre do workshops on all 4 of those different topics. We try and cater for young people at whatever stage they are at in their STEM journey when they visit us, from really young learners at early primary who need to get established with their STEM basics and the foundations. They might study things like forces, electricity, energy when they come and visit us. For slightly older pupils, they might spend the day learning about the wealth of different STEM careers. We're very fortunate at Dumfries House and the Prince's Foundation to have excellent links into industry and partners around Ayrshire, so they can get a chance to meet the professional and find out a little bit more about what it's like to work in STEM industries. For learners who are a little bit further along in their STEM career, they can spend the day with us taking part in some kind of real life STEM challenge. That could be from the aerospace industry looking at space junk. It could be from the energy industry concerning themselves with renewable energy. And our partners Scottish Power, Collins and Leonardo have often sent STEM professionals along to spend the day with us to meet the young people and talk to them a little bit more about those careers. An even older learner or a learner who's getting ready to leave school and has an interest in STEM careers can spend a bit more time with us, say a week or so, taking part in one of our Skills Share workshops. What all of this means is that whatever stage a young person comes to us with in their STEM career, we have something for them. We have about 4 key aims in the STEM Centre here. We want to encourage young people to see the relevance of STEM to their lives, whether or not they end up in a STEM career. We're really fortunate here on Dumfries House Estate to have access to not only the STEM Education Centre and the outdoor area, but an education farm, education garden, textile centres, building and communities centres. That means that we can make links from STEM education into all of those areas. So we try to emphasise that the STEM young people do at school and when they visit us here at Dumfries House is relevant not just to STEM careers, but to any career, and those skills will enhance their ability to move forward with successful lives. This is our Harmony Play Park, and often when people visit us at the STEM Centre, we spend half the day indoors and half the day outdoors. Our fantastic outdoor environments make this a great place to look at environmental education such as ecology and zoology. And my background in zoology makes me really interested in teaching young people about those career prospects. Something that's really important to us at Dumfries House across our education programmes is talking about sustainability. We approach talking about sustainability from a harmony education point of view. This means we look at the natural world around us, how it's adapted to cope with various environmental crises and disasters, and use learning from that to inspire us with other scientific problems. And so when we've got young people out and about on the estate, we try to encourage them to properly observe the natural world and to learn from that so that they can then apply it in their problem solving when it comes to our STEM challenges.
Hi, I'm Ashley Douglas. I'm the Future Textiles Manager. I oversee the educational programmes for sewing skills at Dumfries House and at Trintiboy Wharf in London. Future Textiles started in 2014 and we started off delivering at Dumfries House to secondary school pupils. So there's a gap of skills in the industry where people weren't wanting to go into the industry, and we wanted to get the younger generation to be aware of the industry and to teach them technical sewing skills. So often there can be a lot of design-led delivery, and those technical sewing skills were really missing. So with our workshops, we welcome them onto the estate or to our studio at Trintiboy Wharf, and we deliver workshops that focus on those skills and gain confidence. We can start discussing and talking about it back in school and at home as well. So that was how the project started up. And throughout the years, we've now collated a really good connection with a lot of the schools locally and throughout Scotland for the Dumfries House site. It was a really good way of just giving them something else for their CV. It gives them skills so they feel comfortable when they move on to further education after school. We also deliver 2 community programmes on the estate. One which we've been delivering for quite a number of years is our Sewing Bee, and they meet weekly on the estate, and we've done a progression where we started off, they worked from beginner level and started working through a variety of products and then into garments. And throughout the years, we've now worked through majority of most garments, and the participants have now made almost a wardrobe for themselves or for other people in their family or grandchildren. Each year we work on a charity project with our community group. Our most recent charity project was where we upcycled pillowcases into sundresses for a charity called Little Dresses for Africa. Our most advanced training programme is at artisan level, and our most recent programme was called Modern Artisan, and this was in partnership with the Yukes Net-a-Porter group. The project was designed by students over in Milan, and then the production was done on the estate by the British artisans, and this was focusing on luxury small batch production, so having a sustainable capsule collection and working with luxury fabrics. The final outcome of the project was that the garments were sold on multiple platforms online, and this was a really good learning experience for the students as they were able to learn from the partnership as well. They could advise on other aspects of running a business.
My name is Michael Goodger, and I am the Built Environment Education Manager with the Prince's Foundation here at Dumfries House. A major part of my role involves managing our traditional craft programmes, which primarily involves our building craft programme and our building arts programme, which we run in collaboration with Quest, the Queen Elizabeth Scholarship Trust. Both our building craft programme and our building arts programme are full-time programmes, typically 8 to 9 months in duration. They're fully funded and the students receive a monthly bursary during their time on the course. That's really important because it ensures the programmes are open to all. The aim of both of the programmes is to ensure that the next generation of master craftspeople are there and they're supported to look after the wealth of historical buildings throughout the UK, but also to demonstrate how these traditional skills, traditional materials and processes have a place in modern society and can actually be used to create new places and spaces. Each year on our building craft programme we bring on 12 students, and usually they're from backgrounds in carpentry, timber framing, masonry, brickwork, plastering, blacksmithing, maybe traditional roofing. We've got 12 students and they are working behind me on the renovation of a 170-year-old gamekeeper's cottage. This is an opportunity for them to gain a greater understanding of how their skill and their trade fits within a wider construction project. It's also an opportunity for them to build their skills on top of the mainstream college education that they may have, and it's an opportunity for them to work with traditional materials and traditional methods on a project such as this. The group of students will go on individual placements around the UK. In 2020 we launched our building arts programme in collaboration with Quest, the Queen Elizabeth Scholarship Trust, and that was important for 2 reasons. It provided us with another channel to respond to the demand that we're getting from students applying to our programmes, but it also enabled us to broaden the focus and aspiration of our traditional craft programmes and open it up to a more diverse group of students and traditional skills. On our current building arts programme, we've got students with backgrounds in timber framing, furniture making, stained glass, textiles, ceramics, printmaking, architecture. A great success of the building arts programme is this shepherd's hut behind me, which the students all came together halfway through the programme and proposed, designed and realised the entire project themselves. So over a period of 8 weeks they all worked together. It was a great opportunity for the architect to use his design skills but also get involved in the making as well. It was an opportunity to demonstrate how all of those skills can combine in what is a relatively small scale building. The oak was taken from trees from the estate. The sheep's wool, which is used in insulation, was from the flock of sheep, which are part of the estate. The imagery in the stained glass and the imagery in the ceramics was all taken from the flora and fauna that the students were experiencing around them. The shepherd's hut is actually a really great example of how you can use traditional craft, traditional skills and traditional materials to tell stories and share the kind of inspiration that you get with others and create really unique and enjoyable spaces to be in.
My name is Evan Sampson, Hospitality Manager here at Dumfries House, and I am delighted to be a part of our hospitality training. These foundation level courses are designed to help people who are out of work and to train them to get into the hospitality industry. These courses run throughout the year and they have fantastic success rates, and the training we give really gives them a full flavour of the hospitality industry. We train them generally here at the Woodlands Restaurant, and both from a front of house and back of house point of view. Our expert chefs give them around a week's worth of training in preparing chickens and preparing lots of different food sets, as well as in the front of house learning the service skills and how to deliver to guests. The course usually lasts around 5 weeks, and even within this 5 weeks they can leave with some fantastic qualifications. And what we really strive for is to ensure that these trainees are trained to a level of 5-star, as we would expect here at Dumfries House, and what they would expect when they do go out into industry. As well as our hospitality training, we are delighted with our education team to work with primary schools and clubs from throughout Ayrshire, taking young people around the age of 10 years old, and a course, they're growing together, cooking together course. And this involves the young kids coming along to Dumfries House and working with our garden team within our vegetable gardens. Now, once they've harvested their vegetables, they come down to our cook school and they work with our expert chefs. They can create some amazing dishes in our kitchens. Now, moving on from our primary school age, we work very much with our care-assisted young people. The education system and schools maybe wasn't the right type of learning for those young people. So what we try and do is give them a different type of learning. And this is generally used in the kitchen areas. We try to teach these young people some cooking skills and really hopefully set them up for a much better life.
My name's Ariane Knowles and I am the Food, Farming and Horticulture Education Manager here at Dumfries House. I'm standing in the Kaufman Education Garden in front of our summer house, and this is one of the locations that the education team works with young people to educate them about where their food comes from and get them involved in all the processes that go on behind that. We work with young students from the age of 4 upwards, with primary schools coming on day workshops, approximately 3,000 visitors every single year, and we work all the way through to young adults at secondary school, putting them through a vocational training programme with the Royal Horticultural Society. So the things that we do best here are helping these children to engage and have an amazing experience. So they might come here having never seen a carrot grown in the ground or dug up a potato, and the excitement they get from that is incredible. And we help them realise that that's something that they can be part of and make part of their lives, whether at school or at home, no matter where they live and what their background is. They then have that spark of excitement and interest, so they can learn to sow, grow, cultivate, and then cook with that same produce. So one thing that we're really well set up to cater for is giving all our pupils an experience of outdoor learning and actually helping their schools, their teachers, their influencers to realise how easy and accessible that is and what the benefits are to just getting outside and spending some time out in the fresh air, no matter what the weather throws at us. So on a beautiful day like today, there's nothing better than getting out in the garden and helping out with some of the seasonal processes that go on here. We're able to highlight the range of careers that are available in the rural sector in Scotland and beyond, land-based industries, whether it's horticulture, whether it's actual farm and agricultural work, animal care, or whether it's something on the sidelines along where science and STEM subjects actually fit into that. Both areas are vast and there's incredible opportunities out there for young people to have a career and a focus going forward where they can spend time out in nature. They can spend time not just sat in an office 9 to 5. So it just opens up the possibilities to people that otherwise maybe wouldn't have had the chance to realise that. The second site we work at is Valentine's Education Farm, and there we focus more on the farm to fork processes, so where our food comes from the animal side of things. We have a focus on rare breeds, the part they can play in agriculture going forward, in a more sustainable system of food production, and just letting the children interact with those animals to really engage and really spark their interest in, again, what happens for their food to reach their dinner plate.
My name's Denise Richardson-Rowell and I'm the Education Farm Manager, so it's my job for the daily care of the animals, but also the breeding programmes for every animal we have here. On home farm we have Tamworth and landrace pigs, we have Shetland geese and Shetland ducks, we have Crowitzer turkeys, and we have Scotch dumpy and Scotch grey hens as well. Right girls. The skill groups in and children, we really focus on the interaction between the animals.
The farm experience is all about, again, understanding that there's a huge range of processes that not only that goes into producing food for them, but actually as you get older and you start making your career choices, then it might be an area that you might be interested in getting involved with, not just as a farmer, but all of the supporting industries that go into our food in production in this country. So there's opportunities out there and we want to highlight them as part of the work that we do while these kids are having an amazing time and an amazing experience with us.
My name is Richard Kay. I'm the Outdoor Residential Centre Manager here at Dumfries House, working for the Prince's Foundation, and we are here in the Tamar Manukian Sports Hall. So here in the Sports Hall we've obviously got our indoor climbing wall. It is the largest indoor climbing wall in the local area. The hall is labelled out for every kind of indoor sport you can imagine. So there's badminton, table tennis, indoor football. It's used by the local community for fitness classes as well. The Sports Hall sits directly adjacent to our Outdoor Residential Centre. The Outdoor Centre was opened in 2013 and that was officially opened by the Duke of Rothesay, the Duchess of Cambridge, and obviously Prince William was here as well. The Outdoor Centre is a multifunctional facility used with uniform youth groups, school groups, charity groups, as well as the local community use as well. In and around the Outdoor Centre we have lots of different activities that are available. So directly at our back door we have an archery range. Directly at the front door we've got a team building and obstacle course that's used for confidence and communication skills. We've got a blind woodland trail where we actually take people through a mucky and muddy trailed route. We've got several different sort of bespoke education packages that have been offered throughout the last year. One that is known as GRIT, which is Growth, Resilience, Integrity and Trust. It's a programme that's going to help build confidence and resilience in children and give them the ability to bounce back from setbacks and understanding what setbacks are and how they can actually evolve from them. Part of His Royal Highness's major passions is to do with harmony in nature, and that's something that we try and get across in all our educational programmes. Delivering harmony in nature and linking it to human values as well, so understanding the link between biodiversities within the ecosystems, interdependence with the harmony in nature, and understanding that their habitat is our habitat, making sure that everyone understands that if you lose one part of the biodiversity system or the ecosystem, then that is going to impact heavily on others. That is something we try and deliver across all of our activities and programmes.
At the Prince's Foundation, we deliver a diverse curriculum of educational programs that bring in students from across the UK and internationally, and to cover subject areas from farming and agriculture to craft and textiles and decorative and applied arts, food, farming and horticulture, and a range of others. And within this we sort of embed the importance of learning by doing, of hands-on practice-based education linked to industry, of interdisciplinary education that provides the opportunity for knowledge exchange, for learning across curriculum areas. And although we have sites really across the UK and internationally, one of the areas that we deliver a particular focus is at the Dumfries House estate. And there are multiple reasons for this. The first is that it is an area which could really benefit from this type of engagement. It's an area with fairly high levels of deprivation, of unemployment, of loss of industry over the years, but also an area that has a remarkable number of assets to it. And so having the ability to provide training, to provide routes into employment, to provide future skills for the local community was hugely important. When visitors come to Dumfries House, what they see is a remarkable estate, a remarkable house, and a remarkable collection of Chippendale furniture. But what they also see is a remarkable learning environment. As you go across the estate, what you see is an active hub of learning across such a multitude of subject areas. It is a hub of activity and learning, but it's also just a really creative environment, a place where people can come and explore their craft, explore their educational area, explore their vocation. They're able to do that across a huge range of progression levels. So we can quite literally in some areas have a student come in and work with us as a 5-year-old as part of their primary school class and continue training with us through to completing with a PhD. But another area that was of real value is having a place where we can bring people, be they from across the UK or internationally, to showcase the importance of and the impact of this type of skills training, of this type of education. It is embedded in the local community, it has exposure across the world, and that it has really tangible outcomes that impact individuals and sectors.